A little bit. I mean, I think we did a really good job. We're real diligent, and I got a great support group that is going to look after everything, no matter how kind of tedious or minuscule it might be. We do everything right and pay that attention to detail. And so, you know, I drove in today from the coast, just kind of stayed in the hotel room most of the way. And whenever I went outside, I wore that mask. So, except when I went into a store, it looked like I was going to rob them or something.
During the day?
Why did you throw it off?
I mean, Alberto, I was kind of arguing with him beforehand about wearing it, and, you know, in the end, looked at it as something where, you know, it's going to help me for sure, and so he just said, wear it as long as you can, and as soon as it starts to get, you know, real hot or uncomfortable, it kind of starts to stick and you get sweaty, he just said, throw it off. So, you know, I was lucky that it went out a little slow, so I kept it on for a long time, and then when it started to pick up, and, you know, just got a little sticky, I tossed it off.
Well, how about the tactics of the race? Talk about the tactics. Waiting until 800 to go.
I mean, I really just didn't want to get boxed in. You know, since it was a little slow in the start, everybody was there, and, you know, guys were starting to come around the outside, and so I just wanted to make sure I was in a good position when it was time to kick, and I didn't have to slow down and go around a bunch of people. So I just tried to stay as relaxed as I could in front, and then, you know, when it was time to go, you make it definitive and just drive all the way to the finish.
Is that where you wanted to go, the 800?
I think we talked about going more closer to 6, but just given the conditions and, you know, people were moving out, so I just stayed in the lead, and I think the important thing was just making sure that I stayed relaxed even though I was in front, and then just getting everything ready for that big finish.
You had a big smile on your face there as you crossed the finish line.
Yeah.
How cool was it for 3 in a row?
That was awesome. I was relieved. I still think, you know, this meet is so much pressure because it's a great system. I mean, a top 3, and you got to have it on that day, and I think it really gets you prepared well for major championship meets because, you know, you got to do it here first, and you can't take these championships lightly. And so I was just real happy to make the team, and you know, I was happy to do it here back at Hayward Field. You know, it's good to be back. It feels like forever since I've run here.
How much does it help to train with Mo?
Oh, it's been unbelievable. By far the best thing for my career has been him coming out. We get along great. And, you know, I joke around, I was like hanging around with my buddies here when I was in college, and just everything, a lot of the same interests, and he's just so relaxed. And outside of the track, I think having someone that's that relaxed has been real good for me. And you know, we definitely put in the work when we're out of session, but as soon as it's over, you know, we're joking around and doing everything like that, and it's just, you know, normal life. So it really has been the best thing for me. I mean, the way he's pushed me and everything, it's, you know, neither of us want to give up an inch to the other person, but it's the friendliest of rivalries that you could ever imagine. I know it gets said a lot, but it really is like that.
Will you run the 5K tomorrow?
I think there's a good chance, yeah. So we just got to see how I feel tonight and how I come off of this. But you know, I think it's a doable double, especially at the World Meet, and so there's a real good chance I'm going to run it.
Okay.
All right, guys, we need to move.
Huh?
Were you disappointed Seleski didn't
A
run?
little bit. I mean, obviously I was hoping to run against him at Pre, and then you know, hoping to run against him here. But he's got to do what's in his best interest, and you know, hopefully I'll see him tomorrow.
All right, Galen, let's move down.
Galen, how would you rate the chances that you would actually run the 5 in Daegu assuming you qualify tomorrow?
I think it's a real doable double. I mean, the 10K is first, so I get to have my best event, put everything in for that. And then, you know, you get a couple days rest, I think, before you got the prelim and then the finals. So it's a real doable double.
Can you explain when you would decide to use the mask? I mean, can you explain what happens to you if you don't, and how you decide whether to use it or not?
I mean, it really just comes down to the allergies. I mean, I'm really allergic. I guess we did a skin test, and I was like 30 for 32 or something. So it's something that I've always had, and you know, I'm real fortunate to have great doctors that they stay on top of it, and they do, you know, everything they can to make sure that I'm at my best. And I've worn the mask before in warm-ups, and never before really racing. I did it this winter when I ran in New York. But that was the first time. It's the first time on the track.
Gotcha.
It's just anything you can get, you know, any advantage is something that we're going to take advantage of.
Does it
do a difference for you out there?
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. It's just, you got to balance out how it's uncomfortable, and, you know, it starts to get a little restrictive. So it's,
I was going to say.
yeah, it's, you know, but definitely at the beginning when you're running slow, I mean, the benefits far outweigh the negatives.
And are you worried about taking it off when you ditch it? Are you worried that you're going to have a problem, or are you just focused at that point?
I've run here before, and I ran through all through college, and it's it's not something we're paranoid about, but again, it's something that we got to be real cognizant of and aware of, and take the necessary precautions.
Do you know what the pollen levels were tonight?
I want to say they were 200 something. I mean, I don't really know the numbers, but Alberto, he's the guy that worries about that. So I tell him, he just says worry about running, and I'll take care of all of that. So
Move down here.
Thanks, guys.